So welcome back to part 5 of this J-Knight battle report, in which my Dark Angels are fighting hard against Andy's Eldar. So Eldar, turn 4. Can Andy get it together and get all of his troops in the right places? We'll have to wait and see. We begin the turn with the walkers automatically coming in. So Andy rolls for sides and gets 6, which he chooses, and moves them in on my right flank where they can do the most damage. The Guardians once again move 6 inches into more of the center of the table, but still are scoring that objective worth 4 points. The other squad of Guardians has to move through cover, and they roll a 5, so they get to move up 5 inches towards the center of the table. And once again, the farthest squad of Pathfinders fires at that 3-man squad. They roll needing 3s and only get 1 AP1 hit. But the AP1 hit does not wound, so nothing has happened from those Pathfinders. The second squad of Pathfinders fire at the Company Master squad, but they need snapshots, so they all miss. The Guardians then fire at the same squad, get 2 hits, and from those 2 hits, 2 wounds. I rolled 2 3+ armor saves and fail 1. I look out, sir, but I failed to look out, sir, 2. So now the Company Master is down to 1 more wound. The second squad of Guardians fire at the Company Master. Need 4s to hit, so 2 hits, 2s to wound, 2 wounds. 2 more 3+ armor saves, fail 1. Look out, sir, and good. So the closest guy dies, and the squad's down to 2. The walkers then unload tons of shots onto the Librarian squad. They get 24 shots. Here's the first wave, needing 4s to hit, in which Andy hit actually most of them. He rolled very well. And as their strength 6, only needed 2s to wound. So he rolled 2 wounds, and got, I believe, 10 wounds on the squad. I rolled 10 3+ armor saves, and fail 4, which included the Librarian, so I had to do a lookout, sir. I rolled a lookout, sir, on him first, and passed, so the closest member to him dies, and I kept 1 wound on the Librarian to keep him alive. Back to close combat. Dire Avengers hit first, get 4 attacks, 1 hit, but no wound. Sergeant hits back, 1 hit, and a wound. So he has to take an armor save, in which he fails. So I win combat by 1. He has to take a leadership check of -1, and he fails his leadership. We roll off for initiative, and I catch him. So the whole squad of Dire Avengers is wiped out, and the bike gets to consolidate 5 inches, which I move him back to keep him away from shooting. Dark Angels, turn 4. Once again, I casted Prescience on the same squad that he was in, passed my psychic test, so they get to re-roll to hits. I finally let the Deathwing out of the Land Raider. Hopefully they will do some damage and it's not too late. I made sure that the front guy was at most 6 inches from the hall, but I made sure they get the full distance, so that way in case next turn I might be able to get into range for assaulting. I decided to move the Land Raider, but I have to roll a dangerous terrain test first, and I failed, so it is immobilized. I moved the tactical squad up to deal with those pesky walkers, and I moved that lonely biker back into the center behind terrain to get him to any objective I need to next turn. The 3-man combat squad then moves 3 inches back. I actually rolled 2 dice. And they move 3 inches back towards the objective. And I move the Company Master squad back, so I rolled for difficult terrain and move them just so that they're touching the objective and I'm protecting him. The tactical squad then fires at the walkers. 3s to hit, so 3 hits with the bolters, and 6s to glance, but no glances. I decided to fire everything I have, so the biker fires the walkers, hits, needs a 6 to glance, but it rolls a 5. The Librarian squad then fires at the walkers. The red is Plasma. Both of them hit. Plasma needs a 3 to glance, but rolls a 2, so no glances or pens. I then fire the last cannon from the Land Raider at the walkers, needing 3s to hit. Luckily they are reroll, so 1 hit. And I roll a pen. A pen of 2. So 1 whole point off, and it can move but can't shoot next turn. Then once again I fire the other last cannon at the building in which the Pathfinders are in. Need 3s to hit, so I hit. But I fail to pen with a 2. The Deathwing then fire at the Guardians. Need 3s to hit, the red ones being the Assault Cannon. So I missed with half the Assault Cannon as well as the other bolters. Get 5 wounds. He rolls 5 cover saves and fails 4 of them, so 4 of them die. The 3-man tactical squad then runs 6 inches back towards the objective. The Guardians then take a leadership check and fail with a 12. However, they get to do a reroll due to a special power of the Exarch, but they fail again with a 10. And then they run 10 inches completely off the board. That is an awesome move for me and terrible luck for Andy. So here's what the board looks like after turn 4. Right now I believe the score is approximately 8-4 for me, but there's still 1 turn left, and he is Eldar, so there is Eldar trickery. And as you can see, no more Guardian squad. So when you're ready, click on the link below to go to the final part of this epic J-Knight battle report.